Today, oh sorry, I wrote topic. So today we'll be talking about elements. We'll be talking about elements in HTML, how to make use of the select element in HTML. Sorry. So today we'll be talking about the select element in HTML. So uh, let's come down. So maybe there is maybe you're creating your website and you have some options for the user, or like a quiz website actually. So you want the user to select the correct answer. And okay, like I said in my previous class, I said the radio button, how to make it in a sense whereby you can actually select only one value. You understand, only one value in the uh options. So now let's try that here. There is an element in HTML called select. It gives you options. You can select it depending on how it is programmed. You can select as many as you want. You can select only one option. You can select two options depending on how it is programmed. So now let's say for example, let me create a label. Okay, let me say this for, let me say question. Yeah, so then I'll come here and say what color is mm, mm, what color is an orange, as the name implies actually. So let's say what color is an orange, and you want to give options to the user. A question mark there. You want to give option to the user whereby they can select the actual color of an orange. So that is where the select element comes in HTML. So the name, you can say, let's say the way we used it here, we said question. Let's say question. Okay, so we'll give it an ID. What's the ID? Let's say question. Okay, then okay, I won't actually, let me just give the option first. Then let me call the option element, the option element actually. So the value, what's the value of the option element? Let's say this is, that is the options. Let's call this white. Actually this one in the value is what the programmers have programmed. You understand? Then this white, the one here, will be the one to display to the user. The user will not be seeing this white. You understand me? So it's just there in case this option is blank. Maybe there is no option here, so it automatically inputs white. But since there is option, but there are some cases, maybe the network of the user is somehow poor, so it won't be able to, the website will not load this white. You understand? So this white will just replace it. So let's create another option and call it, let's say blue. Anything you are doing, please use small letter to avoid error in the backend, but not yet actually. So you can just bypass that, but make it master you. Make use of small letters when you are typing in value, ID, name, or you are typing in a class for anything. So let's call this blue. So let's create another option. I'll call this let's give the correct answer, orange. Then I'll come here and say orange, and it's normally it's four option, right? So let me put the last one and say yellow. Then I'll come here, say yellow. So let's save this and see what happens on our page. When we refresh, you can see it brings a drop down for us. Why? Because we are using the select button. We are using the select button. Then underneath it, let's create a submit button. Input, we call this submit, right? Then we'll give it a value. What value will it be? Call it submit. So refresh, you can see the submit is is aligned with the select. So here we just come here and give it a break tag, save. So to break line, good. So the submit now is beneath. So for it to reflect using pure HTML, everything here should be in a form, or okay, we'll get there actually. So this is how to use the select tag. It gives you option but in a drop down format. You can see it gives you option but in a drop down format. You understand? So that's how to use this in HTML. So thank you, and thank you for your time, and do well to follow, subscribe, and comment if you have any question. Thank you very much.